There was a time when a 6-year-old girl stepped onto a movie set and became the most magical child on American screens. She played a gifted little girl who loved books, fought bullies, and moved things with her mind. The world fell completely in love with her. Her name was Mara Wilson. She was Matilda. Today, she is 38 years old. What she looks like now, and the life she quietly built, will stop you in your tracks. Long before Matilda, Mara was just a little girl from Burbank, California. At 5, she started acting. At 6, she held her own beside Robin Williams in Mrs. Doubtfire. At 7, she starred in Miracle on 34th Street. By 9, she was carrying a whole film on her small shoulders. The world saw a magical child. But behind the scenes, something was quietly falling apart. While Mara was on set making one of the most beloved children's films of all time, her mother, Susie, was in a hospital bed battling terminal breast cancer. Mara would finish her scenes, then go home to a house where her mother was dying. Director Danny DeVito made sure Susie could see a near-complete cut of Matilda before she passed. She died in 1996, shortly after the movie was released. Mara was 8 years old. Most child stars who grow up in front of cameras come out the other side carrying something broken. Mara Wilson is one of the rare exceptions. But that doesn't mean she escaped unscathed. When she was 13, Hollywood no longer wanted her. She wasn't fitting their mold anymore. The industry that had embraced the cute little girl in a red bow had no idea what to do with her as a teenager. So she quietly stopped. Not loudly. Not dramatically. She just disappeared. For 12 years, she stepped away completely. Behind the scenes, she was fighting battles no one could see. At just 12 years old, she was diagnosed with obsessive-compulsive disorder, anxiety, and depression. She struggled with body dysmorphia and panic attacks well into adulthood. She has spoken very little about that time. But when she has, the pain is still there, just beneath the surface. She could have let it all destroy her. Instead, she wrote. In 2016, she published a memoir called Where Am I Now? A collection of brutally honest essays about growing up, losing her mother, and finding herself after the child acting days. She held nothing back. She writes her own Substack newsletter now, called Shan't We Tell the Vicar? She narrates audiobooks, over 70 so far. She voices characters on podcasts and animated shows. She has built a quiet career as a writer and storyteller, entirely on her own terms. She lives in New York City, far from the noise of Hollywood. No red carpets. No reality shows. Just peace. Recently, a video she posted went viral. A current photo of her face transitioned into an old one from the 1990s, set to emotional music. The comments flooded in. People couldn't believe how much she had changed, and yet, how much of the little girl from Matilda was still there in her eyes. She doesn't act anymore. Not really. I would really have to change myself a lot to fit into Hollywood's mold, she admitted in a 2026 interview. And I don't want to do that. Instead, she tells stories. On paper. With her voice. In quiet rooms where no cameras are watching. Her net worth is modest, around $500,000. A fraction of what other child stars made. But she never wanted the money. She wanted peace. That is what she looks like now. Not a relic. Not a cautionary tale. Just a woman who started her life in front of the whole world, and quietly, stubbornly, beautifully, made it entirely her own. And maybe that's the part people understand too late. The applause fades. The cameras leave. But the person underneath? They keep living. If this story brought back a memory, hit subscribe right now. Because behind every classic film is a real person still living a story worth telling.